everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to bring a car a lot of you have asked me for. This is it. This is a brand new 2024 Toyota Corolla LE. Base trim action in classic silver with a black cloth interior. So we're going to check this out and see what this base trim Corolla is bringing for the new year. And also, is this the first car, city car, commuter car? Is this the one to get? Let's dig in and find out. Starting with the front end of Corolla, we have LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, standard bulbs for turn signal, Toyota badge in the center, functionality in the grille top and bottom, flat black on the grille, which is good against the classic silver. I'm at an angle to try to keep my shadow out of the shot, but we'll come and give you a close-up look at our headlight housing and those LED lights. We come across the grille looking good. Again, please excuse my shadow. Over to this headlight housing right here, looking good. Now, wheels. Now, when you go base trim on the Corolla, what do you get? You get a 16-inch steel wheel with plastic hubcaps. A lot of people don't like these, but at least you don't have to worry about curbing your aluminum alloy wheels. So we have the standard brake and rotor package on here, and now these 16-inch steel wheels are wrapped in Dunlop all-season tires, 205 on the width, a 55 series sidewall 16s, all four corners, front wheel drive. As we pull on back, there's that familiar Corolla shape with the classic silver. I like the fact that we're painted all the way around the wheel wells. We do have the splash guards on there as well. So the Corolla has always been a good looking sedan. No change here. And now on our side view mirrors, we're color matched, but no turn signals on the side view mirrors. Color matched on the front and rear door handle. Fuel filler caps on the left side. Up top, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof. The rear end of the Corolla, we have standard lighting all the way around in the back. The Toyota badge in the middle, Corolla on the left, LE on the right. Flat black on the lower bumper area with our exhaust coming out underneath the right side of the bumper. But it is a very nice looking design. I do like the shape of the taillight housings, so it looks pretty good back here. Let me know what you think about this exterior Corolla design. We are under the hood of this 24 Corolla. And what are we looking at for a power plant? We have Toyota's 2-liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder engine mated to a CVT transmission. 169 horsepower, 151 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 32 in the city, 41 on the highway, 35 combined, which is a heck of a good number for a vehicle that's a non-hybrid. The vehicle's minimum octane rating is 87. So you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior of this Corolla, you're going to want to know, Mike, I need a reliable commuter car back and forth to the train station, back and forth to the city. I'm liking what I see here, but I need it at a good price. So what is the action on the price? Well, this is Toyota's entry-level car for that reason. Commuting, city driving, college, whatever you want to call it, first-time car buyer. Here we go. It's at a very attractive price point. Base price for the 24 Corolla LE before options is $21,900. Now this particular car has a few options. You have to add in $289 for the all-weather floor liner package with a tub-style liner. You have to add in $155 for the door edge guards and an extra $150 for the mud guards. We then have to add in destination and delivery of $1,095 from Toyota's Blue Springs, Mississippi assembly plant, and we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $23,589. That sounds like it's going to bring some good value, and we already got big value on our MPGs. So let's check out the interior. Starting with our footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Floor mats are in the trunk at this time. We look down below, we have the lever to open the trunk and to pop your fuel filler door right down by your foot in the foot box. Now we're going seats, and of course we're going to have manual seats for the both driver and the front passenger. Black cloth interior, very, very plain. There's a little bit of a design on the insert, fairly firm on the seating surfaces, but for an entry-level vehicle, you're going to have to expect the use of some less expensive materials when you're looking at interiors. The door panel, we're going to have hard black plastic all the way around with the black door handle and flat black on the switchgear. However, the armrest is soft touch and it is fairly soft on the elbow. So that was a nice move to at least do that. We have a fairly skinny door pocket and a standard audio system with 6 speakers. We have some soft touch up here. I like the chrome that goes into our heat and air vent. More soft touch down below. And then underneath here, we have a decent sized glove box. Infotainment system time, I was pleasantly surprised to see this in the LE. This is Toyota's new multimedia system. It's an 8-inch system, which is another good move. It has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, which is another good move. It does have built-in navigation, but that navigation is accessed through a subscription. So I would imagine most people are going to use their wireless connection vis-a-vis CarPlay and Android Auto to use their navigation through their phone. But you can Bluetooth your phone. It does come with a 3-month SiriusXM subscription. I've seen cars a lot more expensive than this that have a 3-month SiriusXM subscription. So that's a nice touch there. Again, you can Bluetooth your phone. You can go to your vehicle settings, check out your trip information, what your current trip is, what your trip history is. You can go back to vehicle. You got your alerts in case there's some problem. You have your general settings down here where you can set up your driver profile, Bluetooth your devices, set up your Wi-Fi hotspot. You get your software updates over the air in this system. So it's really simple and easy to use. And I'm glad they put this in the LE. As we go to reverse, we have a nice backup camera, nice and large, takes up the whole screen. It's fairly clear, but I'd like to see some trajectory on here rather than just the blue grid. That would have been even better. And then we have our volume knob over here. So they got you set there. So a really nice system here on a car that's 23.5 essentially. And as we come down, we have 2 heat and air vents. We have our 4-way hazard lights. And now we have a single zone climate control. So I like that. That's quite nice. And then down below, there's an area to put your phone or some doodads. It's not rubberized, so things may slide around a little bit. You have a USB-C right here for connectivity, so they got you covered there. Here's the gear shift to go through the CVT transmission. Here's your traction control off. Down further, 2 cup holders, auto vehicle hold on off, and that is your electric emergency brake. Now the Toyota key for the LE is a key that goes into the ignition barrel, but it does have some options on it. It does have lock, unlock, pop the trunk, and your panic button. So you can do some remote features with this key, but you do need to plug it into the ignition barrel to start the vehicle. And now we have our semi-soft armrest in the center. And then as you open this up, look at that. You got a 12-volt and another USB-C and some room for storage. Here is the Toyota steering wheel. We have a soft touch steering wheel, nice and soft though, with 10 and 2 notches, Toyota badge on the horn button, round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room to get in and out of this Corolla. For a small car, it's got plenty of interior space, which I really like. Now we have flat black on our switchgear, which is to be expected, and on the left side, you got your controls for the digital portion of your dash, your telephone voice commands, and your volume, and then on the right, you got your cruise control, safety suite controls, modes for infotainment, and seek for your music. So they got you covered there. Now on our stalks, on the left, you got your headlight controls, and of course directionals. And then on the right, you got your windshield wipers. And then down below on this side, you can brighten and dim the dash. And that's your adaptive high beams on or off right here. So I like that. Now, we also have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. So Toyota has you covered there. And then here is our analog digital combo, analog gauges for speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and cooling temperature. Then you have a smaller display in the center That's going to provide you additional information that you may want to see while you go down the road. And each one of these has some submenus as well. So they really got you covered nicely here in this base Corolla LE. Here is our overhead console, fairly simple. If you want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button that says door remains pushed in. When you open the door, LED lighting comes on. That's a shocker. Close the door, the dome lighting dims out. There's the SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. We have our standard rear view mirror. We have our sun visor with vanity, but no light. And does it slide? No, it doesn't, but you do have an extension. Getting in the rear seat of the Corolla, we'll hop on in. The seat's set for my driving position. Low bridge on the way in. If you're a tall person, make sure you duck your head. You're going to hit it. Now, once I'm in, though, at 5'11", enough room for my head, shoulders, and knees. No seat pocket behind the driver, no seat pocket behind the front passenger. I think I'd like to see at least one right here. Then we come down to the back. There's no heat and air vents, but we got 2 USB-Cs for connectivity, which is a nice job. And then on the door panel, same action as the front, same use of materials. Armrest is still soft in the back as well. And then we have our back seats. Looking good, all black, but for base seats, they're pretty comfortable. And then the best part, I think, is the center armrest. Super soft, 2 cup holders. A lot of the base trim vehicles do not have a center armrest, and I always mention that they should. And here in the Corolla LE, we got one, so that's a good job by Toyota there. But overall, it's pretty comfortable in the back of this little Corolla sedan. Getting in the trunk of the Corolla, I've already popped it from the inside because there's no trunk release just above the plate on the back of this Corolla. So it looks like key fob and the pull lever by your foot in the driver foot box is the 2 ways to do it. But once you get it open, it's fairly light. You just come to the back, lift it up. Nice big trunk, and with a nice big wide opening, 13.1 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Corolla, which is a nice size for a small sedan. Here is the all-season trunk mat. As we open this up, we look underneath, we have some carpeting, and then we have tools and a spare tire. So thank you, Toyota, for the spare, but a really nice opening. And if you don't have anybody in the back seats, you can actually lower the back seats, not from the back of the vehicle, but using that little button right up here. You push it in, and then you can pull the seats down. Just like that. Then you come around to the other side. You can do the same thing. Oop. There we go. Small area to work in. But once you get them down, there's a bit of a kick up, but you got a lot more space for some larger items, which I think is a real good use of cargo room here in the back of this Corolla. Corolla window sticker, we'll zoom on in. There we go, 24, classic silver, MPGs, big numbers for an ICE vehicle. Standard equipment on the left, options on the right. Total vehicle MSRP. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, so we're in this 24 Corolla LE, and it's a really easy car to drive. I mean, we've seen the Corolla before in different trim levels. This is the first time we've seen the very base trim level, and it's well put together. It drives well. The steering is nice and light and easy. Is it vague? No, not really. It's pretty tight, but it is nice and light, easy to steer, easy to move this car around. It feels very light on its feet, very flickable, I would say. And I think that's why they use this platform for, GR Corolla. So, well done. I got plenty of visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror, rear view mirror. But what we're missing is some safety tech. In the LE, you're not going to get blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, right? That's going to be in an option package, I imagine. But it's not going to come standard in this car. You are going to get lane keep assist, but you're not going to get the blind spot or the cross traffic. I'd like to see that change. I'd like to see that action on all the cars. But even with the blind spot monitoring, you're still going to have to look to make sure nobody's there. So, and it's a fairly small car, and it's easy to see around to make sure nobody's there when you're turning. But it is lacking those two things, which I did want to mention. But there we go. I wanted to have you hear that first. But you know what? It gets up to speed okay. This isn't going to set fires. This is not a fast engine. This thing is designed for reliability and fuel efficiency in a gas-only car. And that's what it delivers. You're looking at an estimated combined driving number of 35 miles to the gallon in a gas engine only car. I think that's pretty darn good. With the front wheel drive, they skinnied up the wheels to obviously have less rolling resistance on the road to improve your gas mileage, and you can use regular unleaded gas. So you really can't complain too much about how this thing is put together at all. And I mean, it's the industry leader in these subcompact sedans. So how can you, or maybe compact sedan? It's right on the edge. Let's call it a compact for today's review, because the next up from this is the Camry, which is a midsize. So let's call the Corolla sedan a compact. But you know, it brings a lot of good value if you think about it. Right, we got the 8-inch new multimedia system. Not even the 24 Camry has that, right? And you have single zone climate control. You have USB-C connectivity up front and in the back. So you got some really good value in a vehicle at $23,500 for a company that has known to make reliable vehicles over the years, and a very fuel efficient one in this. So there's a lot of good value in this Corolla. Obviously, there's a lot of competition in this segment from Korea, obviously with the Forte and the Elantra. And then, of course, you have the Honda Civic from Honda. So there's a lot of competition going on here. And I think Toyota Corolla, there's a reason why it's the benchmark. And it is the industry leader in sales every year in this segment. It's just a really, really good, competent car. We have a turning radius of 17.8 feet. Here we go. Look at this. Just whips right around, no problem. And down the road you go. That's a little noisy under lows, but once we ease off the accelerator, everything quiets down, no problem, and you just sail right along. It's very well damped. It's really pretty comfortable for base seats in here. I feel nice and relaxed behind the wheel, as I would expect I should be, and it just goes down the road easily while I'm just saving money on gas. So it's got the best of both worlds. Now we'll hit this turn, see how she does on the brakes. And look at the way it just hits the turn, nice and easy. And now we'll try out our brakes. See that? Stops on a dime, nice and linear. And now back off we go. Piece of cake, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. So let me know, is the Toyota Corolla LE this value option car you would buy, that you would use, let's say, as a first car, or is it a commuter car, or a city car, college car? Let me know what you think. Or are you going to the competition, the ones I mentioned previously, or maybe some other brands I haven't? Let me know that in the comments as well. But I did want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Toyota Corolla LE sedan for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.